What's up, DFS players? We are going to be going through the best player props for today in the WNBA. So I'm not sure what's up with these start times at 8:30 in the morning, but regardless, my player prop bets are for Dream Sparks and then for the late night game with the Aces. So let's go ahead, let's get into the best WNBA props for today, and we're going to be looking at PrizePicks. So we'll have a full video kind of detailing how PrizePicks works in the end screen, how the math behind PrizePicks works. But as a quick recap, right, on PrizePicks, any two picks you select, you're just going to be getting plus 200 odds. So it's a little misleading, 20 to win 60. It's not 60 in profit. It's 20 to win 40 in profit, plus your $20 stake back. So PrizePicks, any two picks you select, doesn't matter if you take the overs, the unders, you're always getting 20 to win 60, which is plus 200 odds, right? So we've gone through the math before, but what this means is PrizePicks is basically giving you minus 137 implied odds on any two pick entry, right? So for your two player props, you're getting the implied price of minus 137. And the reason is if you have a parlay on a sports book where you're getting minus 137 odds, your parlay comes out to plus 200, right? So we've gone through this math a bunch of times, and there will be a video in the end screen if you want to learn more about how PrizePicks works, how their payouts work. But long story short, PrizePicks for any two-pick entry is giving you the implied price of minus 137 odds, and you need to win 57.74% of your props to break even on PrizePicks. So let's go ahead, let's get into the good WNBA props for today in the WNBA. So what's really cool about OddsJam, right, and this is completely free, is you can browse odds, right? You can compare odds between PrizePicks and the sports books. So this is really valuable, right? Because the sports books are more efficient betting markets. So it's helpful to compare their lines to the lines on PrizePicks. We know we're getting the implied price of minus 137 on any of our PrizePicks player props, right? And here's an example of the first line discrepancy that's pretty interesting. We have Parker, right, in Sparks Dream, we have Parker over 10.5 points on PrizePicks, right? And we're getting the implied price of minus 137. Now you can see every single sportsbook is setting her line 1 point higher at over under 11.5. So if we actually go ahead and we take a look at Parker, you can see she's averaging 11.5 points on the season. So, it kind of makes sense that the sports books are setting her total, her over-under, at over-under 11.5. That's what she's averaging on the season. But PrizePicks is setting it at over-under 10.5, so we want to take the over, right? This is a line discrepancy. PrizePicks is a full point lower. So this is an example of a pick you want to be on, and I ended up locking in. And again, also, if you want to stay up to date with kind of our picks on a daily basis, we have some, we'll give out our free picks in the OddsJam Discord. So there's a link in the description. So this is pretty valuable. You can get our picks in real time that we're going to be giving out on YouTube. And then we also have a premium channel for PrizePicks and sports betting. But regardless, there should be some useful information, regarding the product and also just our free picks of the day. So my first pick that I ended up locking in is right here, Parker over 10.5 points. So the next pick I have is in the Aces game, so in the late night game. And I'm on Chelsea Gray under 13.5 points. So next we can go look at Gray. So she's averaging 12.8 points on the season. And once again, you can see there's a big pricing discrepancy. Sportsbooks are setting the line at over under 12.5 for Gray for her point total. PrizePicks is setting it at over under 13.5, right? So in this case, we want to take the under. If we take the under on Chelsea Gray in a similar way to, Parker in the last one, if we take the under for Chelsea Gray, if we were to take it on a sports book and she had exactly 13 points, which is what the distribution is centered around, we would win on PrizePicks, we would lose on the sports books. So this is actually a bigger jump than you probably think, the jump between 12.5 and 13.5 points, right? It's a lot different than an NBA total being over under 208.5 versus 209.5. Like when these totals are low, like there's actually a decent probability that Chelsea Gray ends up with exactly 13 points. So here I took the under, right? You want to be on the under. So this is an example of another line inefficiency on PrizePicks that you want to take advantage of. So I ended up locking it in. 2-pick entry, 2-pick entry right here. Parker over 10.5, Gray under 13.5. I put half a unit on it, 50 to win 150, but that's a little misleading again, right? 50 to win 100 in profit. 50 to win 100 in profit, so plus 200 odds. We're also thinking about adding WNBA into the free OddsJam mobile app for player prop research. So you can see I have an MLB prop here. It allows you to kind of follow historical trends, look at the last 5 games, 10 games, home, away, stuff like that. So if you have questions or suggestions for adding in WNBA, you can feel free to comment them below. It's just a free mobile app. So any comments you have, about the app or adding in WNBA to the app, you can comment them below as well. And let's make some money betting on the WNBA today.